My name is Thomas Harner, and for GEOG 778, my project proposal revolves around creating a web application to facilitate the comparison and editing of county government data based on what is seen within OpenStreetMap data. I come from a county government background, and I kind of know the different challenges that are presented to government officials that are basically brought up in the ArcGIS suite and the standard desktop software. OpenStreetMap comes in a different format. It's tough to work with. It's XML. There's all these different open source tools. You don't really know where to begin. So the objective of this application is to really kind of strip all that away, get the OSM into an enterprise geodatabase, publish it out as a feature service so that a county official can compare it in an environment that's familiar to them and start making changes to their data based on what they see in the crowdsourced data. So I have a bit of a background in working with this kind of technology in the past. This is an open source solution I stood up for GEOG 576. And I've got the city of Alexandria's data here on the left, so some authoritative data, and the OpenStreetMap data here on the right. I've got two synced map frames using the OpenLayers API, and I'm able to go in and publish these through GeoServer as WFS services. And I can go in and just, start clicking here and there and compare attributes. If I want to make changes to my features based on what I see in those attributes, I've got a drop-down form that allows me to make WFS transactions and save that back to the government data. And while this was a great step forward, I really want to kind of move and migrate this and improve upon it to really streamline the process and put it in an environment that's familiar to that GIS professional, which is using ArcGIS Enterprise Services using their portal environment. So right here, you kind of see the Fairfax County government data page. This is their building footprints. They've got road center lines, kind of all the traditional foundational data is just readily available to the public. So what I have gone ahead and done is pull down the buildings as a bit of a quick proof of concept and publish them out as an individual feature service where I can make changes to it, edit, add, delete, all that good stuff, and publish that out through this REST endpoint right here and get it added to a map using the ArcGIS JavaScript API. As a quick proof of concept, this is a swipe map, so this is just a prototype. I've got the county government data on the left, and then I've got OpenStreetMap here on the right. The idea is to get away from those two synced map frames and really kind of create a bit of a cleaner interface, which would enable a user to use a swipe map to very quickly kind of zoom in and just kind of start identifying data discrepancies from a visual standpoint. So the idea is to really kind of move away from those two map frames and really start working with this swipe interface instead. In terms of making edits and changes, I've got the county government data right here. I've created a quick script. This is 2 to 3 lines to implement the editor widget with using the ArcGIS JavaScript API. And I'm immediately able to go in and start making changes to features through that feature service. So I've got all these attributes. I'm able to go in and edit it. I can delete the feature if I want to. If I want to add a feature, it's as simple as clicking a button and just start drawing and populating these attributes here. So really, the objective here is to just simplify the process and put everything in an environment, which is that ArcGIS server environment that is much more familiar to a GIS professional than the crowdsourced solution or the open source solution that I had shown previously with my past work. This swap example here is something that I'm also hoping to implement, the ability to kind of have the swipe map within this first tab here. And if you're really able to hone in on an area or really want to get in and start making changes to your feature service for the county government data, these other tabs might strip it down and just kind of break out the data sources by their own individual source as opposed to that swipe map and kind of eliminate a little bit of the distraction. So with regards to an actual project plan, the first couple of weeks, the objective is to really start identifying what's going to be needed in terms of comparison tools, what can be published as geoprocessing services. There's a lot of traditional tools like kernel density and feature compare that could be used in this project. And really the objective is looking at the feasibility and assessment of how to get that stuff published and being able to use that within that web application environment. OpenStreetMap also comes with filtering and a timestamp for each feature that gets created. So kind of starting with the type of a filter tool to be able to look at 2019 modifications and changes within OpenStreetMap could be a great starting point to highlight certain areas within the county where data has changed and would allow that GIS professional to go in and kind of start there as kind of a place to start making changes to their data. After the first couple of weeks and cleaning up the data and getting everything published, the next couple of weeks will really revolve around building the application, user testing, any type of back-end stuff that would need to be done with manipulating the data using SQL, And then week 5 and 6 is about eliminating potential bugs and really kind of polishing things off and publishing it out for the customer.